This is a problem comparing a couple different treatments in a study, and we want to see which treatment seems to work better between the options provided. Now, the first question asks about experiments and observational studies. Now, an experiment, just to get the two straight, an experiment is whenever the researcher is giving a treatment or assigning a treatment, or the one who's kind of in charge of deciding who will get what and for what reason. Whereas in an observational study, you're simply looking at the current state of things, how things are going. You're not imposing a specific treatment. In this particular problem here, there are a certain number of people who participated in the study, and they were randomly assigned to receive one treatment or the other. Now, whenever you see that, that's a pretty good indicator that the experimenter is in control and you are running an experiment, not an observational study. In the second part here, it says that the one group showed statistically significantly more improvement than the placebo group. So the conclusion here, especially if it's a randomly assigned valid study, is that this group is showing that this drug, this pill, is more effective than not having the pill when they compare it to the placebo. However, it says, based on this result, would researchers be justified in concluding that the pill and 2 therapy sessions are as beneficial as 8 therapy sessions? Here we're going to look at the scope of what information we tested. Now, it says something about 8 therapy sessions, but if you read through the original problem again, there's no mention of comparing to a group of people who did 8 therapy sessions without the pill. So you can't extend your conclusions beyond the things that you actually test. So the only thing that you can really conclude is the comparison that you made between 2 therapy sessions and a pill, or 2 therapy sessions and a placebo. Last one is looking at how people were assigned into each of the 2 groups. Now, we saw here above that it was random assignment, which makes it a valid study. However, if the newspaper article happened to leave that part out, did not mention the random assignment, if you were reading this and you wanted to question this study, that would be a major issue. Because, for example, how people chose to be in which group could determine the results. If all the people who were horribly afraid of heights, that's what this means here, if all the people who were horribly afraid of heights went into the group that got the real pill, and then the people that weren't that afraid were the ones that went into the placebo group, obviously that would completely bias your results and make your study very meaningless. It's the fact that people did not know which treatment they were getting and were randomly assigned to one of the 2 treatments that makes the data valid. So the newspaper article left out an important detail as far as determining whether this was a good study or not.